Everyday Superpower, where we talk game, human relations, body language, everything in between. I'm going to start with a quote. Yes, I've written this down from a psychologist called Carl Rogers. Now, I'm not familiar with the works or the findings of Mr. Carl Rogers, but I did come across this quote in some literature I was reading only the other day. I've been reading about sales, right? Just sort of reclarifying and recalibrating my understandings of the sales process. And if you are engaged on this channel through wanting to sell yourself better per se, or to be more successful with women and so on and so forth, there is a direct parallel with sales. If you had to sell yourself, you had to essentially create a product of oneself, and you have to market yourself to these individuals in a manner that portrays a fulfilling of a need they have. You need to fulfill the void of someone in order to be valuable and valued, right? So let me re-clarify and restate this quote. The greatest compliment one human being can pay another is to demonstrate he was listening or they were listening, you know? So first and foremost, let me just pay attention to one word that is used here. The greatest compliment one human being can pay another is to demonstrate who's listening. So you pay attention. You show that you have paid attention. It's a currency. Attention is a currency. And to pay someone attention is to create a transactional relationship outside of the realm of material possession. It's a psychological transaction you are establishing by paying someone attention. You can create a wealth of attention. You can give that woman you're interested in a incredible sense of riches and value purely by paying attention. And I say that because you know this. And I bet a lot of you people are like this. I bet 99% of you people are like this because 99% of people are like this, right? People are so self-absorbed. Why wouldn't they be, right? We have a conscious mind, or at least most people have a conscious mind. That we are inconsistent. We are essentially consistently behind the barrier of our own reality and perception on reality. We don't leave our skin and look through the eyes of others. Generally speaking, we have to consciously do this, right? I'm not walking down the street on a daily basis looking at people and seeing the world through their eyes. I'm not. I'm seeing the world through my eyes, and it would be mentally exhausting for me to consistently assess the world through the eyes of others. So my brain doesn't do that, even though I know the importance of doing so. But when you're dating someone, when you're doing, business with someone, when you're in a workplace relationship, when you're with family and so forth, when they speak to you, listen to them and pay attention to how what they are expressing relates to them, not what relates to you. So someone could come to you and say, oh, my dog died. You don't care. But take a moment to put yourself within their shoes and listen to them. There is a alternate language that has been spoken. Literally, verbally, my dog has died is what's been said. But why have they told you that their dog has died? Why are they not beating around the bush in saying that? Why is it so concentrated a message that has been spoken? And now we have to understand their relationship with their dog. And let's say you don't know that much about this person. It's not going to hurt you as a salesperson, referring back to the sales, to inquire further, to ask questions, open-ended questions, to garner information so you can calibrate your understanding and sense of their reality and perception of this situation. They're not going to think you're digging for information on them in a negative manner. They will only do that if you are actually doing so and you are sort of a little bit random. But if they've brought this information up to you, it's a very bold statement. And most people will say, oh, I'm so sorry. I remember when my dog died. And they'll start talking about, hey, is that not accurate? They will align themselves within that space by essentially pushing that message to one side and expressing their own self atop of that. Oh, one of my family members passed away. Oh, I'm sorry about that. One of mine did recently. Right. I didn't ask you a question to express yourself on that. And now the other person has got to say, I'm sorry. Why have they got to say they're sorry when they're the one dealing with this grief that has happened in the now and then? Do you see how this works? So when you come forward and you inquire further, you're actually deemed as somebody outside of the norm who actually cares. That's empathy, to understand their feeling, even though you might not necessarily correlate with that emotion. That is respectable and respectful of you to do. And that currency, that paying of attention, is transactional. So when you maybe need a shoulder to cry on, maybe when you are doing something or other, or blah, 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 you're a person they will want to engage with because they associate you with somebody who actually pays attention, somebody who actually cares, somebody who they may now have a stronger connection with than people they've known for years, because the people they've known for years don't care and haven't inquired about the personal, intimate life that this person resides in. This person has their own deep, intricate existence, but it just exists within their conscious mind, and they don't express it because nobody cares, nobody asks, and nobody delves deep into that space. But you do. And as I've said on this channel before, and I will say again, especially if you're into dating and engaging on a deeper level with people, let alone women, they will say to you, it feels like I've known you longer than, or just as much as the people I've known for years. And that's because you engage on a level that is of maturity and not this skimming the surface, you say something so I can speak about myself relationship, that frail, horrible, nonsensical communication that just resides in the narcissistic side of this empathetic spectrum. So self-indulgent, with such a lack of care of the other person, that you never learn, you never understand, you never establish a deeper bond with these people. And now I say that to say this. That person you're speaking with, engaging with, are that 99% of people I'm telling you not to be. So when they actually have a position to openly speak about themselves 24 hours a day, and you can listen and respond and feed back engagement in regards to that. And you might say, oh, but can I never talk about myself? Can I not? Yeah, of course you can. When you meet people who actually want to engage with you and actually show interest in you and actually want to establish that communication, then you can. But it's pointless being that person around people who don't give a crap, right? So when you engage with people in their realm and you step over and you exist in their world and you see the world through their eyes, not only are you establishing momentum in your understanding of people and communications, and in doing so you establish a momentum in your life, full stop, because it all is around engaging with people. They are your bread and butter of being anyone or doing anything on planet Earth. I mean, who else is going to build you up? The chickens on the farm. They're not going to put money in your pocket. They're not going to create this currency of attention that the human being will. So this 99% person who you're speaking with is thinking, wow, this person is giving me the attention and scratching my ego and fulfilling my needs to be seen that nobody else has done. This is game. And I'm going to end on the quote once again. The greatest compliment one being can pay to another is to demonstrate he is listening. And even if you get it wrong, right? Even if you have to inquire to have a grasp or understanding of what that person is trying to get across, the idea that you care, the idea that you are digging further, the idea that you are meeting them at their side, you have gone out of your way in a form of submission to pedestalize this person and what they've got going on and what they're saying, creates a feeling of comfort towards you. They're not threatened. You've gone out of your way to engage with them. Nobody else does that. It's not a bad thing. On that note, I'm signing out, people. Peace.